would describe my style as an artist as bold, colorful, maximal, and joyful. One of my goals in art, in creating and making art, is to make joyful work. My art reflects myself in that I try to be a pretty positive person without diminishing the challenges in life and the realities of life and relationships, but I think there's really power in joy and being vulnerable. I want to celebrate and magnify the strengths that we have. My studio work is often very loose and gestural, or it has been. I started in ink wash painting and watercolor and a medium that was very much about movement and capturing the essence of images, of movement. You know, when I started doing murals, that style kind of evolved into something that was more hard-lined, something that seemed like more conducive to the spaces and the architecture of those spaces and the application of paint that was possible on physical walls. In 2017, I was introduced to Black Cat Alley. It was sort of like the inception of Black Cat Alley on the east side. I applied for an open call for Black Cat Alley a couple years later and won that space, and that was the first mural that I ever painted. Westtown in Bloom, that was, I think, the second or third mural that I ever painted. It was 4,000 square feet, a huge, massive wall. It's probably the biggest wall that I've ever painted. And it was corrugated metal. It's on West Wisconsin Avenue, heading into the city. That mural is going to be on the side of two facades of their outdoor cooler. Right now it's kind of an eyesore, and Liz Joy really wanted to bring it to life, add to the space. The design is my signature style of flowers, but I focused on cherry blossoms and cherries. Their imagery is this big happy cherry, and so I wanted to include that in some way, but in my own style. So I focused on cherry blossoms, and it's fun. Yeah. I'm very, as soon as I make something, I want it out of, I want to get rid of it. Because I'm not making it, you're making it for me, but I'm making the processes for me. The art itself is not. I think for me, art is as much about the process as it is about the product. And for me as an artist, it's really about creating. It's therapeutic. It's something I just feel like I need to do. I'm super proud of the fact that I have work, living in the world that people get to see. But at the same time, I typically do a project and then I don't often think about it. And it sounds weird, but it's like, I feel like once I've done something, especially public work, it no longer is mine. It becomes part of the community, part of the environment that it lives in. This is the Bayshore mural inside the rotunda. It's 2 floors, and it had this really interesting kind of situation where you could see it from different vantage points. So in turning some of these pieces into 3-dimensional objects or installations on the wall, it just added this level of visual interest from all these different vantage points. Like sometimes people say like, well, where do you have murals around the city? And I like can't think of where to even tell them. And it's not that I don't think about it or that I'm not, excited or proud of them. It's just like, for me, it's like the process is continually moving forward and I'm thinking about what I'm working towards next. I'm also okay with murals getting painted over. So, that's another question I think people have asked, like, things change. I'm not attached to things changing. And it doesn't belong to me anymore either. I know in the world, a lot of people know me as a painter or a muralist. I like being able to explore in a lot of different mediums and explore in a lot of different ways. And I don't ever want to feel like I'm confined by those types of labels. I think I define myself as just a creator. It's broad and sweeping, and I don't necessarily consider myself just one of those above things.
Thanks for watching The Arts Page. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories of art in our community.